Hey, this is Rob with 140.6 Media. Today we have elite age grouper Monica Sanchez, a Kiwami-sponsored athlete. Monica is just back from Ironman Los Cabos. Monica, how was it?
I loved Los Cabos. It's a challenging race. It was my second time in Los Cabos, second time they had the event. And I went back because I actually had a personal worst the first year that I did it, and I really wanted to go back and kind of redeem myself in a certain way, and I felt like I did. I definitely improved my overall time. They did change the course a bit. They made the bike a little bit less aggressive in a way, and we had slightly better swim conditions this year. However, the heat was very challenging on the run. So it was an interesting race. I'm glad that I went back to do it again. But I did experience, some new challenges during the race that I didn't expect. But overall, I'm very pleased with how it went. I'm pleased with my time. I'm pleased with my place and what I learned about the race overall.
What was your finishing time?
To be honest, I don't even really know. I know it was about 11:17, 11:16. It wasn't my best time, but I don't really compare times between races because each race is so different.
Correct.
The conditions are always different. But
right.
I did expect to do about that time. I actually expected to do closer to 12 hours just because the bike was such a challenging course both years. Even the second year, even though they improved the course a little, they made it less challenging to some degree. I still felt, and I think a lot of the athletes that we spoke to still felt, that it was one of the most challenging bike courses that is out there. So right now, I haven't done some of the other courses. I haven't done Kona, of course, but I do think the wind, the heat, and the climbing combined for Los Cabos made for a very challenging bike course.
Oh, there was elevation changes in Los Cabos?
Yeah, it was similar to Las Vegas, but multiplied times 2.
Oh, okay. What stands out from the three disciplines?
Stands out in which way?
Good, bad, how was the swim? Did anything awesome happen on the bike? How was your run?
I really trained hard for the bike this particular race. I also worked on my swim. As most people know, my swim is my challenge. I did feel that execution for the swim went flawlessly this year. I spoke to a few people before the race that were pure swimmers who gave me some very solid advice about how to approach the beach start, entering the water, positioning myself appropriately, and just being able to maintain some centeredness in that mass chaos that usually occurs during a beach start and Ironman swim. But I really felt at peace during the swim. I was pushing myself, but not to the point where I was, exhausting myself too much or expending too much energy too early in the race. And I was really, really pleased with my swim, even though overall I still need to work a lot on that particular leg of the Ironman. But I personally was pleased for me with that performance in the swim. And coming out of the water, I think I executed the best bike that I could. Again, it wasn't my best bike split, but it is an extremely challenging race for that particular bike course. And I was pleased with the way that it went. I felt like I executed my nutritional plan and
Good.
Hydration plan on the bike very well.
Good.
And when I came off the bike, I felt like my legs were okay. I do feel there's some room for improvement with the way that I executed the run this time, which is usually my strength. There were some issues I had on the run. I tried to transition too fast, and I didn't actually take the sand off of my feet when I came out of the water. That was actually coming out of the water, so T1. So that sand sat there in my shoes the entire race, and I had some issues with blistering, but I don't think that alone affected my run. I think it was a combination of the heat and also miscalculating the effect of the heat on my body. I was coming out of a New York winter, and I really didn't realize how hot it was there until about 5 miles into the race. And that's when I had to reassess my plan, scale back on my original pacing plan, and purely went by effort. I didn't look at the Garmin at all during the run and just went by rate of perceived exertion, which works for me. I was able to hold that pace. It was a bit of a struggle. They did change the run course also this year for Los Cabos. They added a few small sandy climbs, which made it a little more challenging on the run. But overall, I was glad to break 4 hours again in a marathon leg of an Ironman distance. And, I was pleased overall. I mean, I think if I were to do Los Cabos again, I'd probably heat acclimate a little bit more, spend some more time, in the winter in a hot climate. I did go to Claremont, Florida for a couple of weeks, but unfortunately it wasn't warm enough down there to even consider that heat acclimatization, and it wasn't a long enough duration of time to spend down there. But yeah, you have to be prepared for heat in Los Cabos.
I would think. So what's up next for you?
Next Friday I'm leaving for Spain to do a little training in Europe with some very reputable athletes, which I'm very excited to do, and do a training camp in the Canary Islands. And then after that, I'm going to give it a go at Ironman Lanzarote.
Fantastic. Monica, thanks for talking to us. Good luck the rest of your season.
Thank you so much.